Alright guys, it is Wednesday. I'm here at the gym. So far, all by lonesome except the cats. Got 4 little dudes right out here by the door. 4 guy cats, obviously. They just love the squat sessions or the food that I give them, one of the two. A couple things today, man. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to get done. I've been talking for about 3 weeks now that I need to back off just a little bit, and that is the truth. I really need to, for the next let's say 3 weeks, I need to major in the minors. There was a great article on Elite FTS about that quite a while back, about not majoring in the minors, not spending all of your time focusing on the stuff that doesn't really count on the platform. But this is the time where I need to do that. I need to focus on the good mornings, all the banded stuff, bringing up my hamstrings, abs, lats, the small muscles in the shoulders, triceps, biceps, calves, the quads. I need to be doing all the work that's not, let's say, mentally stressful. The stuff that I don't find near as fun. I love coming in the gym and doing everything from beginning to end with an adrenaline rush and they hit a nose torque and a lot of intensity. And I think one of the things that I picked up from the West Side guys, actually both sides of the coin, those guys come in and do accessories all the time, and there's a time to come in and blast on accessories. If your training partner can use the 50s, then you should use the 55s, and whatever that takes. If he's stronger than you on a core lift, and he can use more than you on an accessory lift, maybe he's stronger than you on that core lift because he's stronger than you on all the accessories. And if you're surrounded in the gym with 10 different guys who all have their accessory lift that they're really, really great at, then maybe you should be looking at what they're doing and just push and push and push and drive to bring up those accessories, majoring in the minors. But those accessories aren't, we're looking at from your rows, the band ham curls, the good mornings, a lot of things like that, the stuff that's not going to totally I'm not going to fully bite down on my mouthpiece in order to get through a training session on those. So, and that's kind of what I need. I need some sleep. I need some food. I'm not feeling great. I still have a severe headache. A lot of that is neck tension and the fact that I need to catch up on sleep. And I've pushed those core lifts for several weeks in a row. Now I do want to go ahead and push the box squats today. I really don't need to, but I do want to push them because my legs are continuing to grow from doing that strain on box squats. Quads, hams, hips, absolutely everything is growing from that last rep that I'm doing where I'm straining and struggling to get that out. So if everything feels good, I would love to do something that requires some strain without me going absolutely nuts. I've got something light I want to do on good mornings, the band good mornings, the band hams. I need to do some kind of lats as well. There's a lot of stuff. The more I think about, I need to back off the more I start making notes of things that I need to be doing to push forward. So if I'm going to do a lot more volume, I need to back off on the adrenaline rush intensity in there. So I've got a couple of cameras set up in here already. I had a really good response from you guys a few weeks ago. Some posts on Elite FTS, Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube about me having longer and longer videos. A couple of you guys said you liked hearing me talk, in between sets, hearing kind of the crazy stuff that I say, the verbal cues and things like that. A lot of the coaching and teaching that I do with my son and with other people, and of course the Graham Hicks videos that have come out, you hear a lot more of us talking back and forth and discussing back and forth. Graham giving verbal cues. You can hear Elia giving me verbal cues on lifts, and then me giving everyone else verbal cues as well. So I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to go ahead and make this video long, and I'm going to show you guys a lot more of what goes on during a full training session. So my son is not here today. He's got a rowing competition coming up next weekend, and they were supposed to go train today. So they're pushing really, really hard. And he was actually really sad that he didn't get to come to the gym with me today, and he had to go to his gym instead, which is proud dad moment. So I've also got my Taco Draw shirt on. These are brand new. Let me zoom in here. Man, get this in here. You don't want to miss this. The new, tuck this in. We've got the new House of Biceps Taco Draw. I got a tank top here. As you can tell, I'm definitely growing if you've known me for a long time. This is a 3X, and it did need to be stretched a little bit, but I have put on a full new layer of body, which is great. That's absolutely what I need, and I still need to gain a solid 10 pounds to be able to push through summer and to be able to push through the competition season. So, but the House of Biceps Taco Draw shirts are in. The Arthritis and Ambition shirt, I got one of those the other day as well. I'm sure I'll have it on when I come here on Friday, so check those out. We're always running specials on the shop. Links are down below in the description through the shop. There's always free shipping and 15% off and 20% off a couple weeks ago. So we've got the House of Biceps, the I Lift for Autism, Taco Draw, and the Arthritis and Ambition shirts. We've got several more on the way for you guys as well. Lots of video stuff to shoot coming up. So in the meanwhile, let me see if I can get rid of this headache a little bit, get under a bar. That's quite nice. Well, I don't have any back pain right now. I don't have what I was having before in the low back. I still have a little bit of numbness in my toes on my right side, a little bit of numbness in that glute, and I can tell that in my mid back, I'm a little off somewhere. And that could be triggering all the way up my spine into my neck. Maybe it's the way I'm walking, the way I'm sitting, sleeping, could be anything. But I've got a couple of extra minutes, and it's not gonna hurt just to try and move my back and spine around. And it never hurts just to try a new exercise. I haven't done this in a while. This is pretty solid. The way I had this up with 2 heavy bands. It's quite a bit of tension, as you saw me. Maybe you saw me sitting up against the rack. It's quite a bit of tension. It's pulling my legs up. But if I want to use my abs to raise up, I can use my abs, glutes to squeeze down. I can twist, I can turn. I've got movement. When you've got back pain, it's very difficult for you to be able to move everything with full control because your back hurts and everything's locked up. So if you have anything that will assist you in moving, it will assist in the pulling, it's the fancy word they use now, distraction and things like that. But if you can have anything that where you can just relax, because once you're in pain, it's so hard to relax. It really, really is. I think that's the worst thing I hate about mobility exercises that I see on TV or on YouTube or whatever, is they're always showing some guy doing it that doesn't need to be doing mobility. He's not screwed up. Getting down to the floor is hard, so this makes it easier. You can sit on top of it and go down. You can use the bands to slowly lower yourself down. probably put a foam pad or a mat behind you, because if you're already in pain, you're probably going to fall to the ground. You're not going to sit to the ground. But once you're right here, because this is pulling up and you're in pain, you need to find ways to relax. Foam rolling when your back's already killing you is impossible. Your body's tightening up anyway, just getting to the floor because you're in pain, and then you're trying to foam roll, which means you are trying to move over the foam roller. So you're tightening up and you never get that chance to relax. It's one of the reasons why massage can work so well, because you can just lay there and relax. The problem is you have someone else controlling how much pressure to apply to you, and that never works as well as you think it's going to. You need to be the person who can apply the pressure. That way you know what to relax, when to relax. But if you're down here doing this, spend some time moving around. Usually after 5 minutes or so, you'll get some little spot in your back that'll finally release and relax. When you hear a little tick-tock pop, and that's when you hope the pain goes away and it doesn't get worse. But you can use your different ab muscles just to move. I'm sure you can do some sort of strength building thing as well, just trying to flatten your back to the ground once it's up. You can CrossFit some kind of mobility exercise hashtag type thing up, I'm sure. Put some lacrosse balls under you, that wouldn't be bad at all. Do some ab work. There's tons of stuff that's possible. And where the safety pins are here, if it did slip, it's not going terribly far. It's just gonna go up there. Heck, I guess you could do some reverse back extensions as well with it, maybe. And this is quite nice, just being able to sit, get your back flat. The key is, can I stand up? I'm pretty comfortable. It's really hard to get into this position naturally, especially when your back's in pain. So it's nice. I mean, even if you use a wall, you're still pressing against the wall, you're still holding against the wall. But right here, everything is relaxed. So I can sit here in a position that, stretches that low back out a little bit, stretches my hips out a little bit. You can see my knees are above my hips. So it's just a little bit of comfortable hamstring. So I don't want it to stretch, I just want it to move. And I don't have to tighten anything. I can lay here totally relaxed and stretched. And that's so hard to do. It's hard to do, period. And it's really hard to do once you're in pain. All right, guys, that was 5 working sets of 2. That wasn't bad. You consider that last set was the same thing. I got a balls out grinder single with last week, but I was also using the front-loaded bands, front-loaded light bands last week. That throws everything off, changes the rack and unrack greatly. And where you're swinging on this rack and using the chains. Oh, also, I put the chains, they're about 4 inches higher off the ground this week than they were last week. They're swinging a little bit. So the way this rack is designed, you've got to swing it to get it out to clear everything. So you're swinging it, and the chains are throwing me back. You saw me grab the rack once or twice, and I'm getting a nice little calf workout, just stabilizing it through the rack and unrack. I need to shut it down, but I told myself I wanted to try a reverse band set today. So hopefully I won't press, I won't push hard today on those. I'll just get a feel and get an idea on how it's going to feel, because I think I can push these in the future, continue to save my hips while I continue to build my hamstrings, my quads, and that's a whole lot of mid-back work as well. So, breaking my promise. Let's load it. Let's go, knees out. Yeah. That actually wasn't bad with the reverse light band. I wanted to set up these average bands, take a little more weight off, or maybe some kind of Onyx bands. I think they're a little bit stronger. But that's all pretty good. It basically just helps keep me in the groove a little bit. Obviously it takes some weight off. I'll measure in a second to see exactly how much is taken off, roughly at the top and bottom. But I think I can still effectively use the reverse bands for dynamic effort and definitely for max effort. And I think I could set up a nice little wave in the same training session or over the same training block using probably going up to a max with the reverse light bands and then dropping those and going reverse average bands after that. And still feeling the really, really heavy weight because you're still standing up with a lot of weight and it's still the same weight front to back. Stabilizers front to back still have to work, but it helps you in that vertical plane. So definitely something I can use in the future. Picking it up right about here. That says only 10 pounds. Only taking off 10 pounds a side, so 20 pounds total. Let's see. It's gotta drop roughly right about there. That says 17 pounds a side, so 35 pounds total. That's only taking off 35 pounds. Definitely gotta use more bands. Definitely. That's still a beat. That's a piece there. One set of these are 70 pounds each. So it's 140 total. And the other one is 110 pounds each. Then I take these 35s off. I don't feel like unhooking the 70s, so I'll just leave these on here. say I'm not doing a very good job of majoring in the minors today. I just love weight. I love intensity. And that's not much weight. That's 242 plus 110 pounds of chains. 350-ish. That's nothing crazy. But 3 sets of 3 short rest periods. That's deeper than what I planned on doing it. Very similar to a deadlift. Felt at my hamstrings. Felt at my back just a hair. Felt at my back a lot in a good way, a hair in a bad way. But that's acceptable. We'll switch over to the old bent bar and do some high rack pulls. All right, rack pulls, it's not something I'm a big fan of. Move this out of the way, not a big fan. Stuff being in the way either. Not a big fan of rack pulls, but probably stems back to when I was younger, getting involved in the sport of strongman. There's always some old fat guy doing super high rack pulls with some, crap ton of weight, brag about how much he can deadlift, calling them power pulls or something like that. And that used to drive me absolutely insane, just pick it up from the floor. But I've kind of changed my opinion a little bit about them recently. If you consider that for the last, 7 months, the most I've been able to deadlift, pick up off the ground, has been 3 plates, 400 pounds. And it's been painful to do so, having to do it really slow, really cautious. But I know if I'm going to be competitive, that I'm going to have to pull mid 700s. And if I spend 6-8 months at a time not pulling in that 700 pound range, or the capacity is 700 pounds, if I'm not always pulling, let's say, triples with 630 or better, 5s with 600 or better, then there's a large part of my body, my upper back, traps, my abs, that sort of thing, that's not used to handling that kind of weight. So as my hamstrings and low back and spine and everything else recover and get back to where I can pull mid 7s, what I'm going to find is that my upper back, traps, lats, abs, my mind is not ready to pull that kind of weight. So I have to work on the accessory stuff. What I can do with these rack pulls, what I began with about a month ago, 5 weeks ago, just pulling from, whatever height I had the rack set up at. And it's a pretty high, it's a pretty high pick. We're talking mid thigh is what I began with. And I went up in sets of 10 up to like 6 plates. And I got sore, not my butt and hamstrings, but all through my upper back and traps, just because those muscles are having to handle a heavier weight than what they've handled a long time, just holding and stabilizing. Or maybe it's just the nerves, because I was using a heavier weight and pulling a little bit cautiously, a little bit more time under tension as well. But and then every week I've added a mat. So this week I'm at 4 mats. So it's put me, I'm here now. That's where I'm at this week. So the plan is to pull 10s somewhere in that area until I get to around 4 plates, 5 plates. I'll add straps at that point, just to save my thumbs. And then I'll just go from there. But I need to be handling somewhere in that 90% of 700 pound range. So I need to be handling in the 6 to 630 range every single week for some reps, just so my upper body and all the accessory parts still get that feel of a heavy weight, even though I can't pick it off the ground just yet, but I will. And if you've been watching, my deadlift's on the rise. Maybe this is why. So try the rack pulls, try the pin pulls, but stick with the high reps. Have a plan. I'm not going max effort with these, and know why you're doing them. Don't do them just to do them. And I don't think you need to do these just to get your body ready for a heavier weight. Deadlift if you can deadlift. It all means if you can deadlift, deadlift. But if you can't, if you physically can't, and I physically have not been able to, then this might be an option. Come on. Shins up. Vertical shins. Raise with the abs. One more. 100. Yep. See if we can see the sky back here. That's the sea right out there. Alright guys, those rack pulls were a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Feeling it a little bit in my low back. Not really a bad way, but it's definitely a way that I don't need to keep pushing. And if I don't do therapy work tonight, I'm going to hurt bad tomorrow. As I continue to stand on more mats, the bar gets lower and it continues to get farther out in front of me. So I probably need to stay somewhere in this area where it is above my knee. I can probably work in the 3 and 4 mat range here on these and get the back work that I'm looking for here. I feel those in my hams. As long as I'm sitting back on my hams and popping them, I'm feeling them on my glutes, the lower glutes where it's tying into my hams. That's where a lot of hamstring tears happen on regular deadlifts. So I need that area to be strong in this weight range. I am feeling my upper back. I do feel my lats as well, holding me together. If you're one of those guys that finds that you end up hitching a deadlift, or you're missing a deadlift and you're rounded over, it's almost guaranteed that you're pulling double over with straps double over. I generally pull a hook grip without straps, but this is a 50-pound squat bar. It's a lot thicker than a regular bar, and this is my 3rd time deadlifting in a week, so I don't want to kill my thumbs any more than they already are. But If you're one of those guys that misses a deadlift because of the hitch, you're missing it as your back is rounding over, as you get trying to make that curve around the knees. It could easily be a lot of lat work, not being able to keep your body in a proper position. Because if you're already rounding over like this with that double overhand grip, you're putting yourself in a position to where your knees are going to straighten early, you're going to be rounded, or you're not going to make that curve around the knees. Do the extra upper back work, do the lat work, do the extreme one-arm cable rows, and train them heavy. Get those lats as strong as possible. You've got to be able to handle heavy weight under tension for as long as it takes you to deadlift. So don't be afraid to train like that. This could be something for you. Try it out, and let me know down below if you ever do these and why you do these, and if you've always hated them just like me. So but I'm going to keep this 3 and 4 mat range. If I'm going to deadlift on Sundays, even every 2 or 3 Sundays, keep this on Wednesdays, and keep building the back muscles, the glutes and the hamstrings with the kind of weight that's going to transfer over into my deadlift without totally injuring myself. And I think if I start getting down to the knee range or below, I'm probably going to put that bar so far out in front of me that I'm definitely going to end up injured. So let's unload this bar and make a decision what I want to do from here on out today. Oh, look at that now. Look at that sky. I'm toast. Man, it's an exercise my physiotherapist had me do, and his suggestion, 4 sets of 20 3 times a day. I can do that, but you add this little bar underneath, and you're supposed to keep your lower back flat, pressed against the ground. But once you raise your legs up on this, once you get into position, that's kind of hard to do. Makes it a lot harder. Working those low abs, straightening everything out for me. And I think that's kind of my weak stabilization point for my back. As my lower abs continue to get, I don't want to say stronger, but more usable, everything's feeling better. And that's the position of my abs that I have to stabilize before I can squat. If you're watching me take my squats out and get in the position and stand there for an extra second, it's because I'm making sure my lower abs are exactly where they need to be. They are tight and they're stabilizing my spine instead of being loosey-goosey. I think it's making a difference anyway. I gotta get out of here. All right, guys, that is training. Microphone was on. Of course, you knew that because you could hear me. I couldn't see it. That was training for today, Wednesday. Not bad, considering my head is kind of pounding. I'm really hoping it's the change in weather, all the dust in the air. Man, a lot of people have eye problems. My eyes are killing me. I've got pain all up through here, but I've been working an absolute ton, sitting at a computer screen. Got a bunch of new clients, not a bunch. I've got 2 or 3 new clients really unique clients, and then I've had a bunch of my steady clients just all of a sudden pop up with a bunch of new, great, unique goals. And I think for a lot of coaches, that would just be they want you to have standard basic goals. I want to squat this, bench press this, and deadlift that. And that's kind of simple and basic. And I've got some people with some absolutely crazy goals. And it's not just that it's making me work a lot more, but it's exciting. And I'm sitting down every night trying to research and learn. I'm asking people questions, figuring stuff out, laying down plans on paper, transferring everything over to digital format and going back and forth and making adjustments. And I've spent so much time working lately that I just haven't gotten the sleep that I need. And then when I go to sleep, all I see are percents and sets and reps, and how we're going to bring this from over here to over here, and how it's all going to transfer in to great performances later on this year. So it's cutting my sleep, but it makes me really freaking happy at the same time. And if you know me and you're one of my clients, I really don't take new clients unless there's something unique about you, something fun, and you're difficult. I don't like easy clients. I really don't. I don't like. They're boring. The people who just say, "Okay, send me my program." And if you're one of my clients right now and you're watching my videos, you know that you're difficult, and you know that I think it's fun, and I love interacting with you. I get people. I get several a month that'll message me, "Hey, Clint, I'm interested in programming. These are my goals. This is where I'm at." I can't help you. I have to value my time, with you versus with my family. And if you're really, really interesting, then I can say, all right, that just sounds really bad. I'll value you more than my family. But it's my wife right now wondering where I am. But, if I can only take a certain number of clients, over a certain, if I can work with a certain number of clients per week, then they better be freaking interesting. And the more interesting you are, the more motivated I am to work and to get you the absolute best product that I can get you. So I've got a bunch of clients competing this weekend. Elia's competing this weekend in the UK. A lot of friends competing there as well. He may not be my only client competing there. A bunch of clients getting ready for USS Nationals. Powerlifting. I've got powerlifters competing this weekend. So it's everything kind of coming to the zenith, right there to the point, last minute type of stuff. So it's just a lot on my mind. Going to the U.S. Embassy tomorrow, get my oldest little dude passport renewal. So we're looking at trying to get to the States, to the U.S. of the A, in July, August, sometime around there this year, to see the family. Could possibly get there twice this year. Would be amazing. I still got to find a way to qualify for World's Strongest Man Masters. Got to get a lot stronger between now and then if I plan on qualifying. Those guys that I'm competing against, they're kicking much tail. Those guys are lifting some serious weight. So just a lot on my mind, and I gotta get this headache gone. Got to get some food in me. Got to get tomorrow done. I'm not a big fan of traveling, and the embassy is in another city. Don't really like to go there. Got to be there up bright and early, which again, it's not me. Not me. I work late. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go home and rest and relax, and whatever she needs me to do, I'm going to absolutely do it, because she's working her tail to the bone as well. So if you're watching, keeping up with the Instagram post that I make with her, she's training 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, getting stuff in. She's competing in Germany at the end of this month, so we've got to go there as well. Lots of things going down the pipe. Having fun doing it. So I'm going to get everything cleaned up here in the gym. I'm going to get home, get done whatever my wife needs me to get done, get the kids to bed, several hours of work, and we'll see you guys when I'm back here on Friday. Have a good one, guys.